Tasty Fresh Food Co. is our rebranding of Tasty Trucks, which is what we started as. We made the change to Tasty Fresh Food Co. to reflect the fact that we were moving into different lines of business in addition to the van business. So that includes my area, which is the micro markets and the unattended retail, but we're also moving into other areas such as boardroom catering.
We can service a new customer every 15 seconds because they do everything themselves as far as grabbing the product, and it's just a transaction. That's how quick the service can be, and it has to be.
And it's about having a fun experience on your break at work. We're providing a positive experience, and ultimately Tasty Fresh delivers exceptional bang for buck. You get a really good value for what you buy at a Tasty Fresh van.
Just imagine every day they go out there, the same people every day. It's like they form this group of friends of 300 people, and the connection between that person in the van and the customer, we call it the Happy Hannah syndrome. We want happy Hannahs out there that people love to go out and see, and that's really why they go out to the van. They go out to see Happy Hannah, and guess what they do when they're at the van? They'll buy a pie and they'll buy a drink, but they really go out for that experience. The other thing is a modern fleet that is continually upgraded and invested in. That is such a key thing. We took all the old vans, we crushed them all. The reason we do that is because that van is the centrepiece of this business, this industry, and they're actually worth quite a bit of money as old rattling second-hand vans because people can take them and start their own business. So that's the reason why we don't let them go onto the open market. We take pride in making sure we turn our vans over. We're actually working on our next generation van at the moment, which we're doing in conjunction with RMIT. It'll be the absolute latest trends in everything to do with it. I want to tell you about my experience as we all learn as we go through life. I always thought that leadership was just me telling people what to do. Even when I'd walk into the factory, people go, oh, here he is, and they'd go and duck their head, I hope he doesn't look at me. Up until the early 90s, Carly and I had not had a holiday because the whole business was surrounded by me because I knew everything that had to happen. So I was a madman. I used to be in there loading trucks, I'd make product, I'd be out on the vans. And then we had this amazing opportunity to go to England for 5 weeks. And I thought, how can I possibly leave this business for one day, let alone 5 weeks? But it was such a compelling offer to go to England. And the reason it was so special is I got to meet Queen Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. So you can see why we just had to do this. It was with the Crusaders cricket touring team. With a few weeks to go, I went round to the team, this was up in Barry Street, Bayswater, I said, okay, now you do this and you take care of that. And I sort of set up the routine with everybody. We went to England. So for most of the 5 weeks I was away, I was worrying, oh my God, I hope when we get back it's still going to be there. And we got back and guess what? The place was running better than ever. That was a major learning point for me. I thought, wow, I think I'm onto something here. So from that point on, I decided to make myself redundant, to give people responsibility, to support them in that responsibility, to give them my opinion, but at the end of the day, I would back their decision. That was a crucial point to then. The team became engaged in the business, and that's where it's really gone by their full engagement and wanting to be part of this business. That was been a very powerful thing. That's the secret recipe, engage the team, and they have worked together to build this business.
And he's always on the floor, on the front line. He's not hiding in the office. The reason why everybody at Tasty loves him so much is because he doesn't want to see people in a tough spot where it's not needed to be. You know, he'll look after people if he can.
Well, one of our core principles is made fresh daily in our business. That's one of our core pillars that we don't deviate from. Back in the days when we were in Barry Street, Bayswater, as we were growing the business in numbers, that meant that at the end of every day, we would have a lot of product that was just going in the bin because of the made fresh daily. We looked around at what we could do with this, and we had a couple of small charities that we work with, but eventually we got onto the St Vinny's Soup program. And St Vinny's, for many decades, have run a program where they have what they call the soup van, and they'll go out to the homeless and they'll have the cup of soup and they'll have some sandwiches and We created an arrangement with them, which has been going for about 25 years now. In the 80s, 90s, there was a lot of thing about food standards and food safety that came in. So actually what St Vinny's were doing, just putting it in the back of the combi van, became a bit of an issue with food safety. So we designed and built a soup van for them, which was based on our vans, which has refrigeration, has heating. That van still does to this day in Victoria, to both our depots, out in Tullamarine and here in Furniture Gully. People from St Vinny's drive the van to our facility and they take all the product that's left at the end of the day and they go then and they'll do a round of the homeless people in Melbourne.
We've had some wonderful magic moments with St Vincent de Paul when we provide the food for them that they take to the homeless people. Col and I have been out on the vans at night and taken our food to the homeless people, which was quite amazing to see how we're helping our food goes out and how much they enjoy it. And Col has also done, the sleep out, which I thought that was quite memorable to show them how that feels. Our daughter Catherine's done the sleep out. I was very proud of them for that.
Over time, we've also created alliances with OzHarvest and other charities as well in the different depots that we operate. So that's a really important part of our business, and it just makes so much sense in every way, where the homeless people are getting really good nutritional product and we're not dumping it in the bin.